Hello, Bear Bull Traders. It's Vicer. It's April 29th, 2020. It's a trade recap for a few trades I took today. I'm going to go fast. First one is American Airlines. We're on a 1-minute chart. This is the pre-market high, $12.35. And this is not a pre-market low, but this is where support started developing. You can see these candles either closing around 1204, dipping through, but coming back up and closing, coming back down and testing. So I marked this level of 1204 as an area that was important to me. I was looking for a scalp trade on this, a long trade. And what I was looking for was this 1204 to hold and start to push back above VWAP. So as this candle was forming, price came down, it pushed through the VWAP and through this level here, and then started to move back up. And at 12:00, I got long at 12:05, right in there, right at VWAP. I took 500 shares, and then my target was 1 penny below the high of the pre-market, which was 1234. So I closed out this order. It's a limited order in, limited order out. And this is a trade I actually copied from basically Thor, from watching a lot of his videos. He watches these pre-market levels very close, and he and Brian do. And they wait for these pullbacks, and then if they hold support, then they get long. And so I copied I don't know if they took this trade today. I wasn't in chat. I was in there for like a minute and then logged out. So I took the trade. Now, American Airlines does have a gap to fill all the way up at, if you look at the daily chart, at $13.91. I wasn't expecting American Airlines to go that far, that high in the morning. So I was content taking, 20-something cents out of this trade on 500 shares, small share size for a low stock price. The next trade was in Nasdaq Futures. Okay, so this is the Nasdaq Futures. Once again, we're on a 1-minute chart. You can see I'm not sure if that's the high. Yeah, that's a high for the overnight session. If you look back at Nasdaq Futures, there are even higher highs in the last 2 or 3 days. So on a pullback, I was definitely looking to get long and looking for the Nasdaq Futures to push up higher and retest. The light gray section is the overnight session, pre-market. The black session is normal trading hours. So when the market opened up, started pulling back, and then we see these wicks in here with some buying pressure. And then on this particular candle, I jumped the gun. I got in early. I got in at 54. I've highlighted that here for you. And price failed to hold the blue dashed line, which is the 9 moving average. But I'm willing to hold through some pain on this when we have upside pressure on these Nasdaq futures. And like I said, it's been 2 or 3 days that we haven't retested those highs. So price continued to pull back. This white dashed line is VWAP. Price came down through there, pushed back above through VWAP. And then on this candle, I got a little bit nervous as this candle was forming that the 9 moving average wasn't going to hold, and then we would push back down below VWAP. And so I stopped out, bottom ticked this at 30.75. So got long here at 54, out at, let's just call it 30. That's a 24-point move in the futures here, and that's roughly $480 loss there. Now, when this candle closed, it was closing above the 9 moving average. So I got back in on this candle, highlighted that section for you, got back in at, just call it at 44.45. And then price held that 9 moving average, right? Crossed above the bronze line, which is the 20 period moving average. And then between the 60 level and the 70 level and the Nasdaq Futures and Dow Futures, this is typically an area of consolidation, and where it's either where price either breaks out or price fails, gets rejected. So price consolidated for a few minutes here and just closed in this range, in this 10-point range. Finally broke out. Once again, looking to retest this high area. Price is moving up. And then on this candle right here, this is a bearish engulfing candle to the previous candle on the left. So I went ahead and stopped out here. So if we call this, let's call this from 45 to 86, that's 41 points. So I took 41 points out of that trade. That covered that 24-point loss plus a nice little profit. And then Nasdaq Futures pull back down to the 9. I'm looking for a secondary retest of the high, short-term retest of the high. Got long again, held through a little pullback here. Price comes up, close the order out, limit order, take about another 10 points out of that trade. And that's it. Done with the Nasdaq Futures for the day. The indicator down here, it's taken from the Twigs money flow indicator. If you use Thinkorswim, I've modified it slightly, adding some different lines and adding in some alerts and things like that. So those are my trades for today. Hope all of you had a green day, and I'll see you all tomorrow in chat. Thanks. Bye.